empty deceit. I talked about in my book, Grace Empowerment, about this verse. Hebrews 13, verse 9 says, "Do not be carried about with various and strange doctrines, for it is good that the heart be established by grace." There's that word established again. So in the first part, we say, don't be carried about with various and strange doctrines, and then it says in contrast, but be established by grace. So carried about is the Greek word periphero, which means to be driven in doubt and hesitation, to be led to this opinion and now to that. Oh, I just don't. Well, what do you think about it? Well, what do you think about that? Well, what do you think about what the pastor said? What did you think about that? Well, what do you think about our parents? They don't know what they're talking about. What do you think, friend? I think your parents are mean. Oh, well, I'm going to listen to you because you're a genius. To be driven in doubt and hesitation, to be led to this opinion now to an unstable. I've got to seek a public opinion poll before I listen to what my boss says. I'm going to just put out, I don't like what my boss says. I'm going to put out a poll. Let's find some other people that aren't the boss and see what they think. I mean, they're not the boss for a good reason, but I'm going to see what they think. And then I'll just go with the masses because I'm open-minded. You're driven in doubt and hesitation led to this opinion and then another. Various and strange doctrines. What are those? They're beliefs without conviction of uncertain derivation. In other words, let's just keep it all vague. We'll just keep it vague. That subject troubles me. I'm just going to have this vague belief. Well, that's a difficult subject. I can't handle. I don't know what to think about that. Let's just move on. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about divorce. Let's not talk about adultery. Let's not talk about homosexuality. Let's not talk about any of those uncomfortable subjects because they're just uncomfortable. In general, it's wrong, but, there's exceptions. I'm justified when I did it, but in general, it's wrong. No conviction. No conviction. They want to have a mystical belief system because it lets them get away with everything that they want to do. So they want to keep it mystical and vague because they don't really want to have, because if you actually defined it by getting knowledge of Jesus Christ and what his word says, you can't be mystical and vague because he's not mystical and vague. God's ways aren't our ways. They're bigger, they're huge, but in God's bigness and hugeness, he actually wants us to get to know him, and he knows how to communicate with stupid humans to help us along. And he doesn't do it by being mystical. Empty deceit. We see the postmodern influence in the church. Everything's relative. Question everything and believe everything at the same time. You can't do that, by the way. You can't question everything. You just believe nothing. It's not some intellectual achievement to believe nothing, which is and say, well, I'm open-minded. No, you just have no convictions because you're a jellyfish. Situational ethics galore. We just want to do what we want and do it our way. God loves us. I love God, so I'm good. No, you're not. Go back to 2 Peter chapter 1 and do what it says. So people are just empty deceit. Just vain philosophy. It's just words. They're hollow. They don't mean anything, but they're what we want to hear and what we want to believe, so we do it. That's postmodernism in the church. Squishy, relative. I'm not judgmental. No, you just don't believe anything.